Alright, let's hop straight into it, man. We got RBT. I react to my embarrassing NFL predictions. Okay, I never heard of RBT before, but I heard he's funny, heard he's good, heard he's nice. So let's read the businesses, man. Let's see what his IQ is hitting on. You feel me? Let's get right.
Today I'm reacting to my NFL predictions from before this season, so we'll be able to see the predictions I got right and the picks I got wrong, and I just already know, bro, I am gonna finish this video as an embarrassed boy. But if my memory serves me right, there's some decent predictions in here as well. You all in the comments are gonna have to let me know by the end of this freaking video if you think I'm smart enough to be an ESPN analyst. No matter what predictions I get wrong here, I think regardless I'd at least be better than Nick Wright. Now the problem here is I'm pretty sure this starts off with an absolute stinker. Yeah, you see, dude? Oh my gosh. So freaking off the get-go,
okay,
I picked the Bucks.
You can't be mad at some of these picks because no one seen it coming. Okay? So Buccaneers being number 4 is like, it makes sense at that time because Buccaneers had nothing to play for. They won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady retired. Baker Mayfield goes in there, replaces Tom Brady, does what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's seen it coming, right? So some of these picks, I'm gonna give him some leeway, some breathe-through room, some breathe-through area. You know what I'm saying? Because like Joe Burrow, he got injured. If Joe Burrow didn't get injured, what would the Bengals have? What would they have done? What would they have been? What would they have gone? You know what I'm saying? Also the Steelers, TJ Watt went down. They might have went further than they was planning to go. You know what I'm saying? So it might be the Bills, to be honest, but I doubt it. But who knows? That boy TJ Watt is a monster. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give him some leeway.
Coming last place, they won the division, so that's a fantastic start from yours truly. I promise it gets a little bit better, maybe after the NFC South.
I just think this team is going to be in complete shambles without Tom Brady, unless Baker Mayfield plays the best football of his career, I think.
He did?
Which he kind of did. Like, he was really good. So that, like, Baker Mayfield, hats off to you. I'm just the moron.
And a warning, I promise you guys, this video contains some of the craziest takes I've ever had from any of my prediction videos ever.
Which is true, but if you watch the entire video, like, I kind of got close on a lot of my crazy predictions.
Now in 3rd place in the NFC South, I have the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey, I actually got one right. I have to tell you, the bad thing for me at this point, regardless of getting that right, is the fact that I haven't listed the Panthers yet.
The big Desmond Ritter question mark is what keeps them in 3rd place for me.
Which was fair, because he just wasn't good, and he's probably never going to be a starter again.
2nd place in the South.
Should have put Taylor Heineke in the game early.
I got that right too, but like, am I really celebrating? Because can you tell the one team that's not been listed yet from the South? Oh, dude, why did we have to start with this division?
If new quarterback Derek Carr can just get 80% of primetime Michael Thomas, I think this could be a scary team.
I mean, Michael Thomas wasn't, like, horrible or anything, but I don't think he got 80% of primetime Michael.
Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams.
I said all that, and then Jamal Williams' only touchdown of the season comes on a fake quarterback kneel, and it ended in Arthur Smith throwing a temper tantrum, so that was a kind of bad take.
I think Derek Carr has a chance to perform like a
I want to watch Jamal Williams.
Oh no, that's horrible. That's horrible. I mean, he wasn't absolutely atrocious or anything, but he just was Derek Carr.
But I don't think Derek Carr will be enough to keep the Panthers from winning the division. I think
like, I feel at this point, I could predict the rest of the divisions 100% accurately. I could got the Super Bowl matchup in prediction correctly. It just doesn't matter because of this.
I think the coaching staff they've assembled is absolutely fantastic from top to...
You thought Bryce Young was going to come in that thing and beat CJ Stroud. Sling, 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 on the money, run the pocket, throw in the money. He thought Bryce Young was going to be that, man. I love Bryce Young, by the way, but this season was just not his season at all, bro. There was nobody's season for the Panthers.
Bottom, which I wasn't the only one with that take before the season about the coaching staff, but like, it didn't really work out well, you know. They didn't even make it to the end of the season.
If Bryce can stay healthy, I think they've really found themselves the perfect franchise guy.
Which did stay healthy, but that was about it. We'll just have to see more about Bryce in year 2, but it just from top to bottom didn't work for the Panthers whatsoever in year one.
I do think Bryce can win the division as a rookie, but I don't even think Bryce could save the Arizona Cardinals, who I have coming in last place in the NFC West. Hey, at least I got that right. Honestly, could end up being a team fighting for that #1 pick in the draft.
Which, I mean, they did get pretty close to Caleb Williams, but they might get Marvin Harrison.
And another team that could be fighting for the #1 pick in the draft is the LA Rams, who I do have coming in 3rd place.
Gosh, come on, give me a break. Their defense was supposed to be so bad. Now, if my memory serves me correct, I do think my worst picks of the entire season were the Panthers and Rams, so at least I'm getting that out of the way. But my NFL analysis cred up to this point is just taking a big hit.
Stafford.
I understand that, and I feel that, but who would have thought Puka Nacua will be Puka Nacua? Who would have thought? Who's seen that coming? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know until you know.
Cup, Higbee, Aaron Donald, very solid 4, but the rest of the team is bad, like so bad.
How was I supposed to know Puka Nacua was going to have the best rookie season of all time? Although Stafford, I think my problem was just like I
told y'all boys,
underestimated
man.
Sean McVay and the
Facts.
coaching staff so much. Like, give credit to them. Like, this was not like a top 10 roster at all.
Another team that probably should throw the ball 500 times a game is my 2nd place team in the West, the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, like, I was close on that. It went 9-8. That's fair.
With Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who could end up the best of the 3 receivers.
Which he didn't, but still showed a lot of potential. Like, he showed a lot of promise his rookie season.
Not to mention an extremely dynamic running game with Kenneth Walker and now Zach Charbonnet.
Which was a little disappointing in Zachary. Like, didn't really do too much at all. Everybody thought he was going to take
The fart noises is killing me.
over carries for Kenneth Walker, and that just did not happen.
If their front 7 on defense can gel this next season, because the secondary is going to be fantastic, this is a team that could potentially push the Niners for 1st place. But what a surprise, right?
At least unlike the NFC South, I got the division winner correct in the West. Although with the 49ers being as good as they are, that wasn't really difficult to do.
The only way the Niners don't win the division is if Brock Purdy regresses massively, which there is a fraction of doubt in my mind, because, I mean, he was Mr. Irrelevant.
If I'm being honest here, too, like, I love Brock Purdy, but like, everybody was confusing me with how much crap they were talking about him as Mr. Irrelevant as a rookie. So that started to creep in my mind a little bit, but, like, brother's in the Super Bowl now. Take your Brock Purdy hate elsewhere.
But if he at least performs on par with how he did last year and he comes back fully healthy, I think this division is a walk in the park for a very, very good 49ers team. Now, the NFC North won't be a walk in the park for the Packers, who I...
No. Why am I just so dumb? Which that was kind of correct for, like, the first half of the season. And
I mean, that's tough. That's tough. That's another prediction that it's kind of hard for you to get right unless you know Jordan Love's gonna come there and do his thing, bro. If you knew Jordan Love was gonna go into the Packers his first start year and damn near be a replica of Aaron freaking Rodgers, then okay, you got me. But you don't come into the season knowing that, do you? Unless you close to Jordan Love, but if you're not close to Jordan Love and you don't watch him in practice and you gotta go off just what you see on the field, it's tough. And he didn't even play. You know what I'm saying? Into this year. So you just never know who gonna be somebody until they beat somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, crazy second half. I just need to watch the rest of this video like this so I don't have to see my horrible takes.
Long freaking time since the Packers have came in a last place, but if it's ever gonna happen, it's gonna be this year.
So since it wasn't this year, it's probably never gonna happen.
I completely have zero idea how Jordan Love is gonna perform this season. I can see it going both ways. Like, he outperforms everybody's expectation, or he's just absolutely bottom of the barrel. And with the weapons that he currently has on display, I just don't see it happening.
And his weapons actually were pretty freaking solid. They're all young too, so the Packers offense, bare minimum, set up for, quite the success the next couple seasons.
My third place team, the Chicago Bears, have improved massively.
That's fine, whatever.
And I actually really do like their running back room as a collective unit.
And they got a little production, but it was just that was a weird room.
Not to mention the addition of their wide receiver #1 in DJ Moore. And I think everybody's forgetting Darnell Mooney, a former 1,000-yard receiver, is coming back and should be healthy.
Didn't really have the best of seasons, old Darnell.
Big improvement from the Bears this season, which is they did. Like, they went from being absolutely terrible to 7 games. That's a pretty big improvement. I think they're unlucky to come in third, but a big reason why is because second place, the Minnesota Vikings, I think.
Hey, I didn't know that Kirk was gonna get hurt for the entire season, and they were gonna have to start Nick Mullins eventually at quarterback. Like, I just didn't know that was gonna be a thing, so like, bite me on that.
But if Jordan Adams...
And also, JJ went down as well. So you got Kirk Cousins and one of the best receivers in the league, Justin Jefferson, to go down the same year, bro. Like, Vikings had no chance.
This thing can live up to the first round hype, which you combine him with Justin Jefferson and a full season of TJ Hawkinson. I think the team, especially the offense, would be very dangerous again.
But like, who knows though how Vikings really would have fared if they had a full season of healthy Kirk Cousins? Like, I don't know, they might have squeaked in with the wild card spot,
but not dangerous enough to keep the Detroit Lions from winning the division.
Get that part right.
And
hey, we got that one right. And trust me, there's more on those Detroit Lions coming later in the video that makes me kind of proud.
And I know their 2 first-round picks this year were not the best value per se, but at the same time, I think those 2 picks will play a massive part in them finally winning their division, which in my head means those draft picks were worth it.
That was my take 100%. Dude, the amount of hate they got for their draft was dumb. Yeah, they took a very talented running back too high. Like, honestly, bro, with this production, who cares? Not everything that happens in football has to come off a study guide. Like, not everything has to be the same. I mean, you throw in Sam Laporta and Brian Branch too, bro, that could end up literally a generational draft.
That secondary was so bad last year.
Which the secondary was still pretty bad. They had some injuries, which just never helped, but it was still at least enough to get them pretty far this past season.
The Lions this year, this is their year to finally make that playoff.
My first good take.
Potentially go further. At bare minimum, I am pretty confident that the Lions will go much further than the Washington Commanders, who I have coming in last place.
Okay. That's not horrible. Sam Howell, it just was like, it was like some weeks he was actually looked like he would be good, and then second half of the season he just was not good at all. Which at least at this point, I think I'm like 55-ish% on like my standings placement, so it could have been 54%, so it always could be worse.
I will admit the NFC East was a tough one because personally, I actually really...
NFC East is always tough. Cause you never know what you're gonna get from nobody in that division. Okay? Now I know some trolls out there that be like, "Wow, your team's always try. Your team always gonna finish last in the NFC East, bro. That's easy, bro." No, my team can go from the 4th seed in the NFC East to the number 1 seed in the NFC East, bro, and that's a fact. Okay? Now look, I don't know what we're gonna be next year. All right, I don't know if you're gonna get Caleb Williams or not. I don't know how you're gonna perform in that terrible offensive line that we have. Hopefully, our offensive line can get better. Hopefully, we can get some guys in to you know what I'm saying, beef up the line and make it more sturdier, so guys won't penetrate as easy. Pause, but I know what I mean. Okay, so hopefully we can get the job done, bro. Hopefully we can nail this draft. We got Dan Quinn came from the Cowgirls. Okay, I'll take him. Went to Super Bowl on his own with the Falcons. Terrible performance. Okay, up 28-3. You lost. Pathetic, but I guess, right? We also got Cliff Kingsbury. Now that's an interesting signing. He's our offensive coordinator. I don't know how to feel about him. I heard he's a quarterbacks guy. So if he's a quarterbacks guy, he's either gonna be a great quarterback coach to Sam Howell, who might still be there as the starter, or Caleb Williams, depending on what the Bears do. If the Bears don't get Caleb Williams, my Commanders are definitely gonna snag him. It's just that simple, okay? I don't know what's gonna happen, but my Commanders can we can go from the 4th seed to the number 1 seed just like those. Just like those, bro. If everybody meets expectations and everybody does what they need to do, our offense is stagnant. It's stagnant, but it can be explosive. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem with Airbnb. That's why he didn't get an extension, okay? That's why he didn't get pushed as the head coach. Our offense is stagnant, and it has been stagnant for some years, but it shouldn't have been. It should not be. We have a top 5 or top 10 receiver, if you ask me, and Terry McLaurin. We got Jahan Dotson, who's a man amongst boys. His rookie year, this dude was going crazy. We got Curtis Samuel, who's a nice piece. We got Brian Robinson, who be toting the rock better than anybody in the league. Bro, we got guys. Bro. Logan Thomas, not the best, but he can go up there for some balls and go up there and bring them down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. My Commanders, I don't know who we play next year, and I don't know what my team's gonna look like next year as far as quarterback goes. And Emmanuel Forbes, fuck, you're so ass. You're so trash. I wish you was better, man. I was rooting for you to be good, but you are ass, Emmanuel Forbes. You are terrible, bro. You just like fan. Ass, man. Hopefully he can have a redemption year and ball to freak out, but I have no faith in him no more, bro. It makes me sad just talking about the guy. Like Emmanuel Forbes, like I believed in your man. Alright, I'm done ranting about my Commanders, bro. It gets me hype, bro. It gets me upset, hype. It gets me in my feelings, bro. So I'm done talking about my Commanders, but like I said before, we can go from number 4 to number 1, just like that, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man. So stay tuned to my Commanders, bro. Don't sleep on us.
Really do like the Commanders' potential this season. I do have very high hopes for Sam Howell, and Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson are both potential 1,000-yard receivers. If their running game can take a step forward and their front 7 can really take over ball games, this potential last place finish I think could potentially end as high as 2.
Which is, I feel like a fair take, because like I said, Sam Howell played so well some weeks, and you saw what that offense could be, but just some really, really bad.
We got sold a couple games too. I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but we got sold a couple games. Okay, the referees took some wins from us. Okay, I ain't gonna cry about it because we got a chance to get Caleb Williams. We have a top 2 pick in the draft, so I ain't gonna complain too much. But next year, those referees who hold us, they better right their wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. When something happens that's supposed to happen, don't take it away. Okay, I know what I did versus the Eagles. I'm still on that. Multiple games other than that, but that was one that was eye-opening to me.
Bad games mixed in there, but so like I guess in a way you can maybe see the potential I was talking about in this team. I'd like to thank DraftKings for sponsoring today's video.
Shout out DraftKings, man. Hopefully I can get a deal someday, you know what I'm saying, in the years to come, but we got to skip these. Shout out to my boy for getting DraftKings, man.
My 3rd place team in the Dallas Cowboys wishes I had them at 2.
Oh no. This might be worse than my Panthers pick, which makes this even worse.
The
is not only
trash.
the fact of the matter that I had the Cowboys in 3rd place, but you gotta think of the team that I had somewhere ahead of them. Which, brother, at this point, I think I might honestly deserve to be on Ballsack Sports over ESPN. I just think this team, especially the offense, is just an injury away from their season being a complete 360 from their expectations. And if Dallas wants any chance at winning the division, or at least ensuring a wild card berth, Dak is gonna have to play better than last year. That's just not what we expect from Dak, and I would think he'll play better this year, but I don't think he'll play good enough for the Cowboys to finish above the Giants, who I have coming in 2nd place.
It's so bad!
And what makes it even worse on me is, like, on YouTube, if you're on your computer, you can highlight and see where viewers, like, went back and rewatched, like, where you see the little spikes. And of course, everybody went to go rewatch when I put the Giants over the Cowboys. I honestly don't even want to know what I had to say about this, but I'm sure you guys are just absolutely excited to see what nonsense I was spewing.
I think the Giants, man.
And also, like, you knew your prediction was bad when the Cowgirls come into New York and they put up 40-0 opening day. That's how you knew your prediction was about to be all the way wrong, bro. Real talk. That's how you know, bro. 40-0 opening game in New York. What, they was at New York, right? I think it was, bro. Oh my God. So terrible.
Made what I believe will end up going down as the most underrated move of the offseason, and that was the acquisition of Darren Waller from the Raiders.
I thought that. I mean, like, without the Giants having a true wide receiver 1, I just thought he was going to go back to his prime Raider days, but that didn't happen. Didn't help. Daniel Jones got hurt, but like it wasn't gonna happen anyway.
And even though it's not saying much, they should come out of camp with the best receiving core that Daniel Jones has had in a really long time, if not ever. Not to mention Saquon's coming back. The offense should be good, and I do think we'll see another year of improvement from Daniel Jones.
Which, even though I could use a cop-out that he was injured, like, even up to his injury, he just was not having a good year. Guy was not having a fun time.
Not enough improvement for the team to take down the Eagles. Of course, I have them winning the NFC East, reigning NFC champions.
This was a great prediction for, like, the first 10 weeks of the season. I don't think that was a horrible take, though.
I'm gonna have to see the dethroning of the Eagles to ever believe.
And trust me, I now believe it.
Which does lead to me giving you my 3 biggest sleeper teams in the NFC.
Oh, no.
I've already raved about them,
no.
but the Chicago Bears is a team that I could see having a massive 360 from last season.
Which they did improve, and Justin Fields did get a lot better, but he was hurt a lot. I still don't know if they would, won more games, but, like, that wasn't the worst take in the world. Definitely not the worst take of this video.
And I know I had them predicted in last place, but also watch out for the potential of the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
If
I told you already. If I was from the future and told you in the preseason that Chase Young was going to be in the Super Bowl, you would have thought I was an absolute genius. But unfortunately for me, Chase Young no longer plays for the Commanders.
I really, really do like the potential of the New Orleans Saints.
Shout out my boy Chase Young,
my
man.
editor
Hopefully
will be
go
happy
crazy.
with that. I think we all know the defense is going to be the Derek Carr has shown that when he has weapons,
I think I just overhyped Derek Carr's move, man.
So any of those 3 teams honestly could shock the world and potentially win the conference.
Not one of those 3 teams made the playoffs. So great sleeper picks.
And my NFC winner is coming very soon, and I really do think it's gonna shock at least 75-80% of you. You guys will love it. You'll love it. You'll see it in just a minute. First, I have to tackle the AFC, starting in the South and last.
Oh no. Please don't tell me I put the Texans in last. Please tell me I put the Colts. Please tell me I put the Colts
with the Indianapolis.
Yes. I mean, obviously, I'm still very, very, very wrong, but I'm just glad I put the Colts and not the Texans, and it doesn't make me look as bad.
I could end up looking like a complete buffoon after this take.
At least this is one thing I accurately predicted.
I just don't know how much I trust Anthony Richardson in the NFL.
Which honestly, he played really well when he played. Like, he still has a little bit to prove, I think, especially to stay healthy, but this is a bad take, I do think. I think he's going to end up being a very, very quality quarterback.
But I just think he's going to be a big reason why this team does come in dead last this year.
Which I was kind of right there. They didn't make the playoffs because of Anthony Richardson, because he got hurt.
Now, a team that is admittedly trending up is the Houston Texans, who I have coming in 3rd.
Hey, at least that last sentence made me sound half decent. So I'm just going to leave it there and not let you hear the rest of what I had to say. At least I said they were trending up, and hey, I was right about that. You don't have to hear all the stuff I was wrong about.
And this is a tough one, boys. 2nd and 1st place in the AFC South. I'm just going to drop it all at once. 2nd place, the Jacksonville Jags. And I will put money where my mouth is,
I love the Jags, though, man. I do love the
Derrick
Jags.
Henry, Traylon Burks, and DeAndre Hopkins play a combined 60 games this season, and the team does not win the AFC South, I will donate $500 to a charity decided
that money at, man.
Comment in this video. I am that
money at,
confident that I put $500 on the line. We'll come back to that after the season
money
when I
at,
make my yearly recap video.
Well, here we are, and I didn't do too good. So admittedly, pick was bad. Pick was very, very bad, and I think there might have been a little bias to it. But at the same time, if we're being technical, the 4 aforementioned players did not play a combined 50 games, so I actually don't owe $500. But because it's for charity and it was still a really, really bad take, I'll still put up $100.
Oh, he's trying to cut out the change. Nah, bro, where the money?
Coming up in 2 months, and I'm still paying so much money for it, so I'm really hoping that's the only $100 I have to donate. With how bad my picks have been, with how much longer is left in the video, I know there's more wagers in here, so I have a bad feeling that donation total is going to go up. And again, I will be donating today's total in the charity suggested in the top comments, so leave your suggestions in the comment and let me know where I need to donate.
Don't get me wrong, I think the Jags are going to be much improved this season when they already obviously had a good year last year.
Which hilarious. Thought I was being a good lad by giving the Jags some credit here, but funny thing, my take is wrong because the team got worse.
Their first place schedule they've had to play in a really long time, combined with the Titans playing the easiest schedule they've played in the last 3 or 4 years, that will be the difference to separate 2 really good football teams, and I just really, really hope I'm right. Well, one pick I do trust myself a little bit more with is the Raiders coming in last place in the West,
which they actually came in 2nd. Shout out to Antonio Pierce.
I think Jimmy G will be fine in that offense. I still
Do I have to actually listen to my explanations every time? Because it's really starting to make me look stupider and stupider. Josh Jacobs scored a lot of touchdowns. He definitely took a step back. Still was fine, though. He was fine running back. Just wasn't as good as the year before.
I will get a lot of hate for my third place prediction here, but I am going with the LA Chargers.
Okay, I got scared for a second, bro. Like, with how I was talking, dude, I thought I was going to put the Chiefs there. Which I guess this was fine. Like, they
Chiefs gotta be the one.
But I don't think really anybody anticipated both Justin Herbert and Mike Williams missing most of the season, which Mike Williams gets hurt a lot, so maybe you could have been anticipating that, I don't know, but not Justin Herbert.
Well, I do think they will have a good enough record to probably
I think they're gonna be good next year for sure.
Card.
See, dude, like I said, I just need to stop listening to myself because it just makes my picks worse.
You know, it might all shock you that I have the Broncos in second place.
Which, the Broncos were weird, dude. They were, like, okay at times, and they just benched Russell Wilson. So, like, what the heck? Which, I mean, they did only miss second place because of a tiebreaker.
But I'm just a big believer in Sean Payton, and there's just no way
Russell
Wilson is that bad, right?
Which, that's kind of right. Like, he played fine this season and just got benched for no
Broncos
reason.
trash, bro.
But
Broncos trash, bro. They gave up 70. They gave up 70, bro. Broncos garbage. They're trash.
All I know I won't have to take is my division winner here being the Chiefs.
Hey, at least I didn't screw that up.
I mean, is there actually any debate on this? Chiefs are winning it. But there's for sure debate, though, on who's going to come in last place in the AFC East, and I think I have to go with the Patriots.
Hey! Which I honestly can't believe the New England Patriots were that bad. Like, I blame Bill. No, the other Bill.
Feels like blasphemy picking a Bill Belichick-led team
retired
to come in last place. But this is just more of a statement of how good the division is around the Patriots and not necessarily how bad I think they're
the
going
Jets
to
was
be.
top notch
hard
coming
enough
into
for me
the season.
to pick the Jets to come in third
Oh,
place.
Which luckily I got this one right. Which in
okay.
making this prediction, I was not under the assumption that Aaron Rodgers was not going to complete a single pass all season. At least I can feel good about myself for a second that I got fourth and third place right, I think, for the first time.
Defense not too shabby either, and it should be absolutely insane to you that I have the Buffalo Bills coming in second place.
Oh my God.
If the Dolphins
that was a hot take.
Would choke, man, I would have had my first freaking perfect division.
That was a hot take.
Dolphins and not my intelligence.
I would have went with the Dolphins after, like, me personally, coming into the season, I didn't think Toe was going to play the whole entire season. So based off that alone, I'm picking the Bills to win the division. Like they always do, bro, when they got Josh Allen.
Again, the Bills could win 12 games and still not win this division.
They won it with 11.
You feel like it's just about time for the Bills to take a little bit step backwards, which does mean...
Which they did, actually. I mean, I think we all can agree they were not the Bills we were used to. They obviously came back strong the last, like, month and a half, 2 months of the season.
That I do have the Dolphins winning the division.
Like I said, dude, the Dolphins just choked the last month of the season just to make me look bad. That's the only reason.
Again, I will put money where my mouth is.
No.
If Tua starts all 17 games this season and they don't win this division, I'll give another $250 to charity.
Oh my God, dude, I am gonna go broke. I'm having to pay for a wedding and this is happening. Oh my gosh. Brother, I might have to tell my fiance that the wedding's off.
I just think that offense, when everybody is healthy, dude, nobody can stop.
The first, like, 10, 11, 12 weeks of the season, the offense was unstoppable for the most part. They just had so many injuries in the front seven, and that just really killed their season.
I know I said this AFC East was tough to predict, but honest to God, I think the AFC North was harder. Honestly, 1 through 4 in this division could be
worried about this. I'm worried about
even if you're the Cleveland Browns here in dead last place, I would not be shocked if they ended up winning the division. Like, bite me. I have to put somebody here.
Which, I mean, I guess that was fair. That division could have been intertwined anywhere 1 through 4. Hey, if I knew they were starting Joe Flacco, I would have put them first place guaranteed.
They get put in last because I just don't know how I feel about Deshaun Watson.
Which was
fair. If they can get 80, like, heck, even 70%.
Like I said, if I knew they had Joe, I would have put them first place.
How reliant this team is on Nick Chubb. They used to have Kareem Hunt as backup, but if Nick Chubb goes down, I think this offense goes down.
Which, to be fair, if you would have told me Nick Chubb was going to miss the majority of the season, I would have had them in last place anyway, so Just, I guess, an L on my part.
But what some of you might argue is me having the Steelers in third place.
Hey, I got that right. Like, at least that can boost the ego just like a fraction.
The defense will take care of business. Their front seven will take over games. The
TJ Watt
offense
was
just
still
has
great.
to. Kenny Pickett, I think, is going to grow massively into a second year.
There we go. We didn't need to hear that. Did not. Like, at this point, what are we truly thinking about Kenny Pickett? Like, is he actually done?
Second, I have to go with the Ravens, which sucks because I'm expecting
doing
that.
that. I'm honestly mad at myself for making this pick. I think the only way I can explain this was drugs.
Which sucks because I'm expecting a massive season from Lamar.
Right about
Pick an
that,
MVP winner from just 2 years ago, put him in an offense with the best weapons that he's ever had around them, and I think you're going to see a lot of success.
For Odell Beckham, best catch.
Could
Why he's still that?
really,
That's funny.
really bad.
Defense was so good that like half of the defensive coaching staff got hired away elsewhere. I just honestly can't believe I said that about like the best defense in the entire NFL.
That's considering a healthy defense when the Ravens have
just fair. They have been very injured in the last few years, and they kind of got away with that a bit this year.
Let's carry him to a wild card spot and a second place finish in the North. But I'm sure Lamar's hoping he wins the division like I have the Bengals doing.
Hey, how was I supposed to know Joseph was going to be on one leg half the season and then Jake Browning was going to start the other half? I feel like that should kind of get me off the hook there.
I will not doubt Joe Burrow until he gives me a
doubt him
reason
on one
to.
leg.
That receiving core, probably the best three in the entire NFL. Joe Mixon, honestly, is probably a bit underrated. He could run the football.
He did have another
Defense
good
is
year.
slowly improving. I just think this Bengals team has a lot more juice left in them. Now, for my sleepers, I do have the Chargers, just mainly because I put them in third place, but
I didn't know their defense was going to be that bad.
Yeah,
and I mean, like,
bad.
Justin Herbert missed the whole season, so
They're
like,
garbage.
bite me. Give me a pass.
Next sleeper is the
It'll be
Jets.
good next year,
I
I feel
already
like.
raved on them. The Jets just have potential, man.
Yeah, dude, I think this deserves a pass as well. The fact that they won 7 games given their situation is
Aaron Rodgers look high as hell. Aaron Rodgers he look zooted, bro. Look at my man eyes.
actually pretty insane. So I still think the team could have won 10 games if Aaron Rodgers actually, got to complete a few passes.
Next sleeper I have is the Steelers, just because I think that offense has so much potential. They have a
They made the playoffs. I don't really know if that validates my sleeper pick.
Which, before we do get into my conference champions and my Super Bowl prediction, we gotta get my award winner picks. Beginning with my offensive rookie of the year, and yes, I do have
Okay,
Bryce
man.
Young.
Like, I watched Bryce Young at Alabama for 3 seasons. He did things that I've only seen Wizards accomplish. So, like, I had high expectations for him. Like, he was bad. The team was bad around him. Like, let's see what year 2 can bring, but it wasn't good year 1. Which I always say, you've got to remember, everybody thought Josh Allen sucked for the first 2.5 years of his career.
Defensive rookie of the year. No, I don't have Will Anderson. I have Christian Gonzalez.
Okay, give me a break here. Like, Christian Gonzalez was incredible before he got hurt. Defensive rookie of the year? Possibly, maybe not, but like I don't feel like that was too bad of a shout. Like, he has all pro potential 100% if he can come back healthy.
I think he could come in right away and be an absolute
playing for
lockdown
Oregon?
quarterback number
That's
1.
nice.
Now, my
was.
offensive player of the year award might completely shock you. I try to go outside the box
don't be
a
dumb.
little bit, but
Please
I
don't
am
be
rocking with the Monroe St. Brown.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
that's not bad.
Like,
That's not bad.
No,
That's not
like,
bad.
just
That's
give me a break.
That's not
To be
bad.
fair, at this point, you guys have given me like 37 breaks at this point, so I feel like I'm running out of those. Which, I mean, obviously he's not gonna win
Ain't
it,
bad,
but I
though.
still think he'd come top 5 in the voting, right? I know we've seen much worse than that.
Without Jameson Williams for the first month and a half of the season, he is going to get so many targets. He's going to have so
Which
many
he did.
catches. I really
Which he
could
really
see like a
did.
1,600, 1,700 yard type season from St. Brown.
It was close. He had like 1550.
Defensive player of the year, Nick Bosa. I know that's kind of boring. You go back to back, but he's just such a good player.
That's kind of bad.
Who
He did
won
have a
this
little
year?
bit of a Nick Bosa down.
think it was Myles
year, but
Garrett who
the guy
won it.
probably doesn't care. He's in the freaking Super Bowl.
Now for the big one, NFL MVP, I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
No, I actually did something good for once in my life. Which
You
it hasn't
pick-
been announced yet, but he is 1000% winning MVP, so hopefully this gets me some street cred.
I think he is going to put up extraordinary numbers, especially considering I think his defense is going to be so bad.
Yeah,
Now
like I
it is-
said, dude, why do I always have to include the parts that make me look dumb?
Now it is time to get serious. Time for my
Super
conference winner,
predict.
don't think you guys are ready, bro. I really don't think so. Winning the NFC, reserve judgment until the end of the season. I have the Detroit Lions.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay, dude.
Not bad.
Like that, I feel like is a good pick. Just like the Dolphins did me dirty, dude.
You ain't that far off. You know what I'm saying? If you was far off and said the Giants or something like that, then no, sir. But you put the Detroit Lions. A lot of people didn't think the Detroit Lions would even get that far to even try. They even have a chance to make the Super Bowl. They had an actual chance of making the Super Bowl. But, we all know the story. We all know what happened. Shout out to the 49ers, bro. But that's not a bad pick at all. That's a great pick.
Dude,
especially in the start of the season. That is immaculate.
Feel like my self-confidence would have got such a boost if I would have predicted this correctly.
They were so good, especially down the stretch when that team finally gelled. I love the addition of Jack Campbell. I know people don't like inside linebackers that early, but I think the man is going to be a leader on that defense, and he is going to make plays. Jared Goff, another year in that system. I'm just a Lions stan right now.
They were so good, dude. It was such a fun story, and I just wish they would have won, man. Like that, I know that hurts. That's got to hurt.
I know it hurts.
AFC
for sure.
winner. And this actually might be
Dolphins.
a bigger shocker than my NFC winner. But yes,
Browns?
I do have the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, if you would have watched this video in week 10, you would have thought I was a genius. But they did tail off, and it just made me sad.
I ain't mad
at
that.
this point, man, I just made my Super Bowl prediction, and I went with the freaking Dolphins. So, like, even if the Lions would have won, my Super Bowl pick was off. I'm not that smart, am I? And remember, because of my horrible, catastrophic takes, I do owe a donation to $350 to a charity suggested in the top comment of this video, which obviously glad the money's going towards charity, but man, right now with the wedding coming up, bank account is not happy at me. So hopefully this video gets like 5 billion views, which I don't know why you would, because my takes were so bad. If you still somehow found a way to enjoy this video, you can click right here to watch another one, which I promise you is a good video. And
that boy playing Madden, scoring 99 yard touchdown with 18 fastest player. Sheesh. Anyways, man, great video, bro. He wasn't too bad, too off on the picks, but who can get everything right? It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? That's why like gambling exists right now. Okay. Hey, man. 49ers. I wish he would have gave his pick on who's gonna win the Super Bowl. 49ers or Chiefs, but whatever, man. GG's though. GG's. Great video.